very good morning from a slightly overcast Mugello circuit as we welcome you to the home of the Tuscan Grand Prix for the final time this weekend. Race 3, round 4 of the Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion, coming your way in just a few moments' time, live from here, the rolling hills of Tuscany. Well, the sun is shining, but just a few moments ago, the cars left the grid, most of them on the Pirelli wet tyre. We are expecting, well, to be quite honest, a tropical downpour in about 1 hour's time. It did rain lightly. You can see the track is lightly wet, but most of the teams, you can see, Reno Frontcop makes his way to grid 3. The Pirelli wet tyres, most likely they will come off most drivers, and we will start the race on Pirelli slicks. 2 races thus far this weekend. The first won by the championship leader, King Nakamura, who starts grid 2 alongside Alex Powell, who took his first win of the season yesterday in race 2. And the Mercedes AMG Junior for the RSGP team makes his way around to start grid 1 for the final race this weekend. 35 cars on the grid. Unfortunately, we are down 3. Andrea Dupe, Elia Weiss, Emily Cotti, they are out of race 3 this morning as we take a look at the highlights of the first 2 races of the weekend held here at Mugello. King Nakamura taking victory in race 1 yesterday to extend his lead in the championship, 198 points over Sebastian Weldon on 154. Alex Powell, to the left of your screen, taking the win in race 2 yesterday. They start on the front row of the grid. Also, the race for the Rookie Championship is hotting up here this weekend. David Walter, who we know has had stunning speed in his WSK International karting career, on the podium yesterday and speaking with Laura Cola.
So that we were able to see how fast you are with a rookie podium yesterday. So are you confident of a strong finish this morning?
Yeah, the condition is quite different now, but I think for sure we have still a chance. If we just keep the head calm and keep focused, for sure we have the speed. So, yeah.
Thank you.
David from Denmark starting out of grid 20 on the podium yesterday. The rookie podium, that is, for the Swiss Maffei Racing team. The conditions, they will be to his liking. Watch him to come storming through from the 10th row of the grid. Don't be surprised if he finishes this race inside the top 10. A row behind for the RSGP team is the driver from Israel, Guy Elbag.
So, Guy, a scary moment in the crash yesterday, and was your car okay, and you?
Yeah, the car was not okay after the crash. Was a bit of a problem with the car, but I kept on driving, even with the problem with the car. And also in qualifying 2 days ago, I had a problem. I crashed by myself and I broke my thumb. So I'm driving with a broken thumb and a broken car yesterday. So yeah, we keep pushing for this race.
Good luck.
What a guy, Albag out of in car 44 on the 11th row of the grid. 7 days ago, he watched the British Formula 1 Grand Prix from inside the Mercedes garage, where he did compete in the British F4 support race at Silverstone. He starts a row behind David Walter, alongside Marcus Sartor, the Norwegian, who's also been on the rookie podium this year. Marcus Sata from Norway is on the grid speaking with Laura Kohler.
Hi Marcus, some rookie podium this year, but it will be difficult to repeat that from the 11th row.
Yeah, we've been struggling a bit this week, but I'll do my best to just get up there and fight everything for the rookie points.
It will be a critical situation with the rain.
Yeah, I think it will be a tricky first lap, but I think it will dry out towards the end. So I think we did the right choice with the tires. So let's see.
Thank you.
Marcus Sata from Norway following in the footsteps of Martinius Stensson and Dennis Hauger, the 2019 champion. Both from Norway, all three of those drivers from Norway, and all racing for the Dutch Van Amersfoort racing team. Marcus starting further back on the grid, the 11th row, but has been on the rookie podium thus far in 2025. A rain shower not more than 4 or 5 minutes ago. It has stopped, and there is actually sunshine here. It is a sunny summer's morning here in Tuscany. The final race of the weekend. This is round 4 of the 2025 Italian Championship. Just getting back to the drivers not competing, Andrea Dupe, Elia Weiss, the Creme Motorsport car, virtually written off, and a frightening crash for Emily Cotti, who's here at the circuit, into the wall, coming together with Nathaniel Berraby at 225 kilometres an hour yesterday in race 2 on the penultimate lap. She's not taking part this morning. We wish her all the best and hope to see, in fact, Emily, Elia and Andrea back on the grid very, very soon. Can see the Pirelli wet tyres have come off and the slick tyres have gone on. The final race of the weekend. This is round 4 of the Italian Championship after we kicked off. As you look at Alex Powell on grid 1, Misano on the Adriatic coast for the first round of the series. Vallelunga for round 2, Monza a few weeks ago. This is round 4. Alex Powell, Rookie of the Year last year, the Mercedes AMG Junior, taking the win yesterday in race 2. Starts grid 1, has actually shot up into 5th in the points. P1 in the championship, the driver on your screen from the land of the rising sun, Kin Nakamura-Berta. Car 51, grid 2 for the almighty Prema Racing team, who have taken more titles, more race wins than anybody in the 12-year history of this, the most competitive junior car racing series in the world. KNB to the right of your screen, grid 2. Reno Frankot van the Netherlands on the podium yesterday on his return to the championship for the PHM team. Was praying for the rain overnight. It came quietly confident. In fact, not quietly. He's very confident here this morning on a greasy, slightly greasy circuit for the PHM team. Starts inside second row alongside the boy from Brazil. This is Gabriel Gomez, race winner at Vallelunga, 3rd in the series on 142 points. Sebastian 2nd, Weldon on 154 points, and Nakamura-Berta 198. Don't be surprised if the AS racing driver stands on the podium in 30 minutes from now. We take a look at the grid for the final time this weekend. It is the Jamaican sensation, Alex Powell, the Mercedes AMG Junior, on pole position alongside the championship leader, Kin Nakamura-Berta, on the podium in position 3 yesterday. Starting grid 3 is Reno alongside Gabriel Gomez do Brazil out of 4. Sebastian 2nd in the series. Alexander Bondarev, the rookie from Ukraine for the Prema Racing team. Lucas Samalisto, car 7 in P7. And Max Popov, who stalled off the start in race 2 yesterday on the 4th row of the grid. Newman Chi, Monza race winner, his Colombian Prema Racing teammate. Salim Hanna on the 5th row of the grid. Dante Vinci, P9 yesterday, alongside Maxim Rem. Also for AS Racing is the German. David Cosmo Christopher, the first of the racing Romanians, Emanuele Olivieri, Kabir Anurag. Watch the Singaporean off the start. Alexander Ruta, the Polish rookie for VAR, the outside 8th row of the grid. Andrea Kostic inside the top 10 yesterday, the Serbian. And then the Jensen Motorsport duo, Enia Frey, Artem Severukian, and David Walter for Maffey Racing out of grid 20 on the rookie podium yesterday afternoon. Marcus Sarter also in the rookie race, as is Guy. Car 44 out of grid 22. Bart Harrison, Alexander Savinkov for RSGP is alongside the Brit. Grid 25 sees the second Romanian, Luca Vistoriano, the Real Racing Team, up till 3 a.m. this morning to repair his car. Teo Schropp, Bader Al-Solati, and Ludovico Busso for the Viola Formula Racing Team behind the Jensen Motorsport duo. Peyton Westcott, the Californian, is alongside the French driver for the team from Torino, Arthur Loremea for Viola Formula Racing. Phil Strange, Francesco Coppola for Techno Race, Berabi, Olkutska, and Kirill Kutskov, remember, did not set a time in qualifying when he had a fuel pump failure. So set no time in Q2 will have to come from grid 35, the 2023 World Kart Racing Champion from the final row of the grid. The 5-second board goes up just moments away from the formation lap. Alex Powell, the visor cracked open on the Bell helmet. Ken Nakamura to the right. As we set off on the formation lap, critical getaway. Remember, the track is greasy. After a very light rain shower just a few moments ago, you can see the sun is now shining. We are expecting lightning thunder in around about 1 hour's time from now. Hopefully that is after the checkered flag. It is a dry track. It is a steamy, humid morning here. The temperature just 22 degrees, which is almost 20 less than last weekend for the Katayama test day, where the temperature almost reached 40 degrees Celsius. Lucas Hamalisto from Finland, it's around about 20. It was about 20 less in the Finns' home country last weekend. Cold conditions, relatively speaking, in the north of Europe. The cars making their way around the circuit on the formation lap. Out of San Donato, turn 1, Luco, Poggio Secco, the highest part of the circuit, Matarassi. And then this, the right-hander through Borgo San Lorenzo. Down into Casanova, there's Trench going through from Francesco Coppola. Techno Race, the Maffi Racing Trio. Nathaniel Berabi, Cornelia Okutska, and Kirill Kutskov. The final 3 positions on the grid. This is Sebastian Weldon from the United States of America. Second in the championship. A quick update of the series standings sees Ken Nakamura with 7 victories on 198 points. Weldon second, 154. Gomez third in the series, 142. Olivieri on 94. And Powell with that victory yesterday moves up to 5th on 88 points. The rookie title, we spoke to 3 rookies on the grid. David Walter on the rookie podium yesterday. Marcus Sarter, also Guy Albag, just in the background there. This is Lucas Samalisto going through. Guy, one of multiple drivers to race in the British Formula One Grand Prix support race at Silverstone last weekend. The driver from Israel, quite a bit of history unknown in Guy's country and motorsport history. We think back to 1970, the Axelon Formula 2 Grand Prix on the streets of Axelon in Israel, the event which attracted the likes of Sir Jack Brabham and Derek Bell. The race actually had to be abandoned because the crowd actually invaded the circuit. 2 tracks over there in Israel, the Arad Racing Track and Motor City Motor Park in Beersheba. Home nation for Ariel Elkin. His countryman, Robert Schwartzman, pole position in the Indy 500 this year. And third in this, the Italian F4 Championship, way back in 2015. It is the Jamaican and Japanese drivers on the front row of the grid. 26 nations represented here in the world's most competitive junior car racing series, the 12th season of the Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion. Alex on pole position. Reno ranges up right behind. That is the Dutchman on his return to the championship. Gomez peels off to the outside second row of the grid. Maxim Rem into pit lane. Maxim Rem diving down into pit lane. The US Racing team are waiting for their German driver. So Maxim Rem from grid 12 to start from pit lane. The Prema Racing team watching on from the garage. There is Strange slotting into position, and the Maffei Racing trio at the back of the pack. The green flag flies at the back of the grid. The 5 red lights, the Jamaican and Japanese drivers on the front row of the grid for the final time this weekend at Mugello. We race. Fantastic start from Reno Francot, who goes up the inside of Nakamura Berta. Look at Sebastian looking for track position, but Alex Powell takes the wide line, has the grip on the outside of the circuit, and the pole setter goes through San Donato on a greasy, slippery surface in position 1. Powell leads. Reno Francot has got by Kim Nakamura Berta, the Dutchman in second place, back to the championship leader. Looking for Gabriel Gomez, who's fallen back behind Sebastian Weldon. Those 3 drivers fighting for the championship. Currently they're 3rd, 4th and 5th. Again, another storming start for the Singaporean. You can see how greasy the track is offline. Even online, there is just a slight racing line. We see Walter down the inside trying to make up places early in the race. He's already got by 2 drivers. He's up into 17th position. Good start from the Dane. There's Weldon going through from Gomez, Samalistol, Bondarev, Hanna. Popov, Newman Chi, Dante Vinci, Ruta up to P12. And David Cosman Christopher. There is Anurag up the inside, making his way on through, going by David Cosman Christopher. Again, another super start from the driver from Sentosa, the Alpine F1 Academy driver. He's behind Ruta in 38, Dante Vinci in 66. The Van Amersfoort duo, 10th and 11th. But it is Alex Powell who will lead the end of the first lap in position 1. Clean start, credit to these young drivers. In treacherous conditions, the track is dry, but virtually gripless. As Ruta and Vinci trade positions going into Buccini, they'll give each other the slipstream. But Kabir Anurag in the background will get the drag, the tow from the both of them, as Alex Powell tries to break the tow from Reno Francot. As we look at Gomez pulled to the outside, the South American on the North American. Gomez with the tow, Gomez with the slipstream. Sebastian with track position though. And the driver from Florida in the United States of America, the Andretti Jr., holds off the driver who is snapping at his heels in 3rd place in the championship. Anurag on the back of Dante Vinci, who's on the outside. That becomes the inside. Look at the switchback from Kabir Anurag. Another super start. He's up into position 13, ahead of car 13. That's David Cosman Christopher just behind. Remember, his teammate Reno Francot is in 3rd place. Massive credit to these young drivers. You can see how greasy the track is. After a light rain shower earlier this morning, Olivieri there on the back of Severuk, 35 drivers for race 3 here this morning. 35 still on track. 0 contact between anybody as Max Popov does get away well this time. He's in position 8. Nakamura Berta, championship leader, P3 behind Francot and Alex Powell. Still Gomez trying to attack Sebastian Weldon. Samalisto, Bondarev, who has to defend from Max Popov. Salim Hanna, the 2nd rookie. Alexander Bondarev is the 1st. As last year's rookie champion of the year, Alex Powell, P1 out front. The Mercedes AMG Junior. There is the Andretti Junior, defending from Gabriel Gomez, already a race winner in 2025. Taking the win at Vallelunga in Rome. This is Reno van the Netherlands in the seconde positie. The Dutchman, P2 from the Japanese driver. Gomez shadows the back of Weldon, who tries to shake the Brazilian. Over the line at 227 kilometers an hour. Up the hill at almost 240. Weldon again defends. Samalisto in the background, catching the both of them. Salim Hanna, 88, Newman Chi right behind. The Colombian and Chinese rookies for the Prema Racing team. This is their teammate Sebastian Weldon in position 4. Powell being caught ever so slightly from Francot. Nakamura, the leading trio. As we see Olivieri down into pit lane. Look to be a right rear puncher for the Italian, who's already been on the podium 4 times this year. The UAE F4 champion, Max Popov, that's encouraging. Going cross country and rejoining, this is going to be a nervous moment. Olivieri with Bart Harrison. Well, maybe there was some contact in the early stages. In fact, obviously there was. Olivieri down into pit lane for a punch at right rear. Rejoins, but has lost a good 40 seconds with that pit stop. His teammate leads. There's Francot. Nakamura, Weldon, Gomez, Samalistol, and Alexander Bondarev. Much better run for the Williams F1 Academy Junior. After a forgettable race at Monza, Weldon still under attack. Gomez, this is Samalistol. Into turn 14. Look how close Gomez is to the back of Sebastian Weldon. Takes the high line. Gomez with grip on the inside and gets the slipstream. Top speed, 239 kilometers an hour uphill here at Mugello. Fastest lap of the race so far for Alex Powell with a 1:52.817. The track is coming. As now Gomez goes around the outside. And the Brazilian goes on by and takes Sebastian. Remember, they're fighting for the championship, critical points. Salim Hanna on the inside of Newman Chi. The Prema Racing rookies, they're still wheel to wheel. Respect from the 2 Prema Racing teammates. But the problem is Max attacks. Popov is right there as well. Trying to capitalize. Too much respect, possibly between Salim Hanna in 88 and Newman Chi in 28. As Reno takes another 1/10 of a second out of the race leader. Enia Frey into pit lane as well. The Jensen Motorsport team put their Swiss driver back on track. Fabulous drive here this morning from Max Popov. Stalled off the start, fell back to 33rd. Was lucky to be avoided by the rest of the pack. No problem for the Van Amersfoort Racing driver this morning. So we see we also see Arthur Lochimau for the Viola Formula Racing team down into pit lane. He's dropped down to the last position as Max on the inside of Alexander Bondarev, who's the top rookie. This is Reno Francot, fastest lap of the race. The gap 0.7 of a second. Powell controls the pace. Nakamura Berta in position 3. And you can see Gomez has pulled away from Sebastian Weldon. And Lucas Samalisto from Finland on the back of the American. Right behind Alexander Bondarev. Popov, Hanna, Chi, Ruta, Vinci, Anurag, Cosman Christopher, Severukian, Albag up into 16th. What a guy. He's ahead of Sata and David Walter. Weldon trying to break the toe. He's got experience, of course, in oval racing in his native United States of America. 3 victories last year. And the US 2000 series as Lucas Samalisto goes wheel to wheel with Bondarev. They're side by side out of San Donato through Luco Poggio Secco. And Max goes on through. Almost runs into the gravel, nicely held by Popov. Bondarev loses the position. Falls back to P8. He's still the top rookie though. Hanna, Chi just behind. Alexander Ruta, the Polish rookie, is in P11. Trying to get onto the rookie podium, but 11th outright. That is outstanding from Alexander Ruta from Vinci. Anurag, this is Samalisto. Car 7 now in P6, potentially P5. If he can get by the Andretti Junior, he's so close to the back of the American. Gomez has skipped on clear. Just over 2 seconds ahead. There is the Brazilian for US Racing. Powell, P1, the gap stays approximately the same, 0.6 of a second. There's Arthur Lorimau, who did rejoin. He's about to be shown the blue flag because the race leader, the race leaders, plural, are about to come by and put a lap on the French driver. Weldon with the wide line turn in. Summerlisto on the inside. As the track starts to improve, we'll check the times as they come across this time. A 51.8 for Pal last time. 51.7 goes faster. Reno Frankov, 51.6. Weldon tries to shake the Finn. Who gets the toe? Sebastian stares at the left side mirror. Sebastian Weldon fighting for the championship. Wide line, locks up the front right. Summerlisto sees that. He would have smelt literally the Pirelli rubber through his visor. That's no exaggeration. He can see that Weldon is sliding, but has to defend. Max Popov on the back of Summerlisto. Ambition from the Van Amersfoort racing driver. Popov in aggressive mood this morning and is quick. Arthur Lorimer does do the right thing, pulls right over to the side of the circuit as Severukian goes fastest. The driver who won at Moscow Raceway a few weeks ago in the relaunched Russian SMP F4 Series. Severukian now with a 51.586. Fastest driver on a drying circuit. Still overcast skies here this morning at Mugello. 1/3 race distance. We've raced clean despite the conditions from the outset. Reno Frankot has caught up to the back of Alex Powell. The gap down to 0.4 of a second as Kin Nakamura-Berta watches on, almost 2 seconds behind the championship leader. Keeps the wheel as straight as possible, rides the ripple strips on the exit into Buccina. This is Gomez. Gabriel potentially will leapfrog Sebastian Weldon for second in the championship if he can hold on into the second half of this race. Only raced 12 minutes thus far. You look at Popov. Max gets the slipstream from Summerlisto, who does likewise from Weldon. Tries to shake the Finn. The Finn does likewise to Popov. In the background, Bondarev, still the top rookie. He has to defend from Hanna and Newman Chi. They go wheel to wheel. And Alex Ruta, the pole, tries to capitalize and get up onto the rookie podium and inside the top 10. Salim Hanna on the inside. Newman Chi on the outside over the ripple strip. Again, the gravel perfectly, correctly, and cleanly defines the track limits. Newman Chi had to get out of the throttle. There was no shortcutting through the sand that time. And now right behind is this very impressive drive from the Polish rookie, Alex Ruta. Dante Vinci just behind the Sydney sider. He was on the rookie podium yesterday as well. Defending from Emanuele Olivieri to finish P10 outright. Incidentally, Olivieri still circulating, but way down in 34th position. He is still on the lead lap, but some 20 seconds behind Enya Frey, who also did have to pit. Popov all over the back of Summerlisto. Just allows Weldon ever so slightly. No, it doesn't, because look how they close up through the S's. Was going to say gives him some breathing space, but certainly not the case. An opportunity into Buccines. Sebastian Weldon under siege from the Finn. Superb defense from the second generation racer. On the outside, every piece of the racetrack. Summerlisto, a slight bump coming onto the straight. The engine spikes on the rev limiter. Popov on the outside of Summerlisto, looking for track position. Weldon staring at the left side mirror. 240 kilometers an hour, Max on the inside. Now on the outside, watch Popov. Try and duck down the inside of the American. Max goes on through. They're three wide out of San Donato. Summerlisto, Popov on the outside. It becomes the inside. Max attacks. Popov takes the both of them. Super pass. The move of the weekend, undoubtedly. Weldon has lost 2 positions. Summerlisto goes by. Max Popov up to P5. The pass of the weekend for Max Popov for Van Amersfoort Racing. Summerlisto, Weldon now has to defend from the top rookie. The Williams F1 Academy Junior, Alexander Bondarev, as Kirill Kutskov. from the back of the grid, puts in a 51.3. He's down in 21st position. He's passed 1/3 of the field. The Maffey Racing driver, fastest driver on the circuit. Weldon trying to carry on, hold on to some sort of points advantage over Gomez, who's incidentally still in position 4. So may well lose second in the series, just behind Bondarev, Hana, Chi, the Prema Racing trio, the 3 rookies from Ukraine, Colombia, China, respectively. And then the Van Amersfoort Racing duo, also rookies, Alex Ruta and Dante Vinci. Weldon with the wide line, trying to keep the engine RPM. He'll be under attack on in a straight line though. Around 130 miles an hour, instantly goes to the left. Bondarev is right there though. Former WSK Supermasters Series kart racing champion Alexander Bondarev. On the outside is Sebastian Weldon, almost into the marbles. They scatter going up the hill into San Donato. Look at the Prema Racing trio. Bondarev, Hana, Chi. In fact, we have to remember Weldon is a Prema Racing driver as well. He's just been passed. Or has he? On the outside, on the inside as Bondarev spins. No! Alexander Bondarev spins offline on a greasy circuit. Weldon holds on just. Alexander Ruta, the Polish rookie, is now inside the top 10. Heartbreak for Alexander Bondarev. On a greasy circuit, fortunately, was avoided by everybody else. He's fallen right down to the bottom of the order. Take a look at this. Weldon on the outside, on the marbles, but it was Bondarev who threw away the position. He was by his American teammate. Has rejoined, but he's down in 31st position. Weldon still in P7, still in second in the championship. Anurag, Cosman Christopher, that's Artem Severukian. As Olivieri goes fastest with a 51 dead, 0.096. Lock off from Samalisto or pop off just ahead. This is Anurag Kabir. Can he get inside the top 10? Very impressive weekend from Kabir Anurag, second year in the championship. That's the Singaporean right there. Not far outside the top 10. Another brilliant start. Severukian, Cosman Christopher, Sata Albag, Walter Kostic, Luca Visoriano, P19. Massive credit to the Real Racing team here at the circuit until 3 a.m. to repair that car as we look at the battle again. Weldon defends. Right behind is Newman Chi, Monza race winner. They've both run one outright this year. Drives around the outside, does Newman. Sebastian attacks on the outside though. Has not got the speed. Newman does. And Chi goes on through to P7. Sideways in the background from Severukian. Anurag on the back of Dante Vinci, who's slow out of Poggio Secco. Alex Ruta is in P10 and on the rookie podium. This is Guy Albag into 16th place, car 44. Had a tough season, the young Israeli rookie, but he's 16th outright in this 35 car field. 35 starters, no safety car as we approach the final third of the race. Still 35 drivers on circuit. Alex Powell, the lead, has gone out incidentally to 9/10 of a second. This is Severukian, Artem for the Jensen Motorsport team. Top of your screen, there was Luca Visoriano going through position 19 ahead of Kirill Kutskov. Weldon still under attack. Still in position 8. This is Anurag, who's not far outside the top 10. Back to the race leader. Alex Powell out to 1.2 seconds. Kin Nakamura-Berta, P3, thinking about the championship, as is Weldon, trying to defend. They're both Prema Racing drivers. Salim Hana, the Colombian rookie, the South American on the North American. Goes on through Sebastian. This is not the Americans' morning. May lose another one here. Ruta with a brilliant drive over the back of the driver who won the very first race of the championship, the season opening round at Misano, but has now got two Van Amersfoort Racing drivers right behind Ruta and Vinci. Senses his opportunity to get inside the top 10 again here this weekend. Severukian just behind Kabir Anurag. Another former WSK International Kart Racing winner. Here's Severukian, lightning quick. Here's the now Kyrgyzstani driver. Looking back in the pack, Luca Visoriano. Massive credit to the Real Racing team. A big crash yesterday with Elia Weiss. They were here until 3 a.m. this morning to put car 11 back on track. A season best, 4th place at Monza. They only got a few hours sleep, and Luca Visoriano, massive credit to the Romanian driver for the Romanian team, is on track just behind his Kirill Kutskov from the back of the grid for Maffei Racing. They do deserve credit. Luca Visoriano, 19th outright, but a miracle to even be in the race. Still Weldon defending from Ruta, who tries the outside. Goes wheel to wheel. In American parlance, gets the side draft. They're side by side. Sebastian staring at the pole. Dante behind gets the slipstream from both of them. Watch Kabir in the background. They scatter as they go uphill into San Donato. Dante sends it down the inside. Dante takes Sebastian. Alexander Ruta is now gone by his best race of the season. Weldon in trouble here as the sun shines on a sunny summer's morning here in Toscana. Weldon is now outside the top 10 and will get 0 points here this morning. Just behind Severukin, Anurag, Cosmo Christopher, Sata, Albert Kostic, Visoriano now through to 18th place. Fabulous pass, fabulous drive all morning from Ruta from Poland. The Van Amersfoort Racing driver, 3rd on the rookie podium. His Australian teammate just behind there's the top Romanian. Cosmo Christopher going through. Oh, Kutskov. In fact, it's Walter into the back of the driver we were just speaking of. Walter losing the front wing, and we'll have to pit the Maffei Racing team. We'll be praying for a safety car because David Walter on the rookie podium yesterday has lost the front wing after slight contact with Luca Visoriano. Olivier is still the fastest driver on the circuit. Weldon now defending from Severukian. We'll see how long this battle lasts. Sebastian from Severukian, Kabir Anurag. Not far outside the top 10 as Artem dives down the inside. Sebastian says, no, you don't, buddy. On the outside, but Severukian with the speed, with the grip, with the drive, and the Jensen Motorsport driver goes on by. Sebastian will get the slipstream though. If he can respond, he's outside the top 10 in 12th place. 3-time race winner. Won't repeat that here this morning, but trying to at least get some points out of the final race of round 4, the Italian F4 Championship here this morning at Mugello. David Walter, yes, has just entered pit lane for a new front wing. Anurag fighting with Cosmo Christopher. That's Marcus Sartor in 67 on the inside of the ripple strip, on the inside of the first Romanian. Sartor on the outside. Kostic. Andrea with a great drive inside the top 10 yesterday. The Serbian and Guy Albag as well. Visoriano in the background. Alex Powell leads by 1.8 seconds as we move into the final stages of the final race here this weekend. Anurag going wide. This is the young Norwegian rookie who spoke to Lauda on the grid before the start of the race. Marcus Sartor on the back of Kabir Anurag. Cosmo Christopher and Andrea Kostic trying to send it by the first Romanian. The second is just behind him in the form of Luca Visoriano. Guy Albag, best run of the season for the young Israeli rookie. In car 44 for RSGP. His teammate continues to lead. This is Cosma Christopher. Fabulous rookie pole position at Vallelunga in the rain. Out front, looking for 2 victories after a largely forgettable start to the first rounds of the championship. Alex Powell has actually leapfrogged into 5th place in the series. Quick mathematics, 88 points plus 25. Give me a moment, 113. Gee, it will potentially put him into 4th position. In fact, it will, because Olivieri, his teammate, who has set the fastest lap of the race, is down in 32nd position and will get nothing here this morning. Reno Francot from Kin Nakamura Berta and Gabriel Gomez, 2, 3 and 4. Three seconds dead now, the gap. Reno Francot, P3 on his return to the championship yesterday. P2 here this morning, the championship leader just behind. And Gabriel Gomez, who will almost certainly leapfrog Sebastian Weldon to 2nd in the series. Powell down into Correntayo. Turn 12 here at Mugello. The PHM racing team, pole position with their young Romanian rookie, David Cosma Christopher. DCC P1 on the grid in the rain at Vallelunga. A podium yesterday. And potentially another here this morning with their young Dutch driver. Nakamura Berta just behind. This is Alex Powell, the Mercedes AMG Junior. First launched onto the scene. Certainly in Europe, the WSK Final Cup at South Garda Karting Lonato with the Energy Corsa team. At the end of 2018, he was barely 3 foot tall. He's nearly 6 foot now. Young Alex Powell, massive career in international karting, multiple WSK international champion, vice world champion for the Prema Racing team, KZ2, Wackersdorf behind Nils Stroger in the 2023 KZ2. That's the Shifter Kart World Cup. Rookie of the year last year with this, the Prema Racing team. Had to take some French lessons over the summer break, the winter break in fact, as he joins RASGP and seemingly headed for his 2nd victory here as we go into the dying stages of race 3, round 4 here at Mugello this morning. Nakamura Berta will take the championship lead into round 5 of the series. That is at Imola on the first week of August. As still Kin Nakamura Berta trying to attack Reno Francot in 2nd place. Gomez, pop off in P5. What a drive from Max. The move of the weekend earlier on. 2 into 1 out of San Donato. The Van Amersfoort racing driver. There's still at least 3 laps remaining here. And Popov is not far behind. The gap is actually just 0.8 of a second. Almost within range to get the toe as they come across the line. Top speeds 227, 228 k's an hour right there on the line. But the telemetry showing us 238, 239 uphill into San Donato. Gomez now on the back of Kin Nakamura Berto, who stares at the left side mirror. No problem for Gomez, who tries the outside, trying to get up onto the podium. Still fighting for the championship. Kin Nakamura Berta with 7 victories thus far, with a 46-point lead in the Italian F4 Championship. Gomez trying to give US Racing their 2nd title after Kasper Stuka won in 2023. This just a few moments ago. Into the gravel goes Enia Frey, who's had a tough morning. And that slight rain earlier may have helped just to compact the gravel. He has rejoined down in 32nd position. Gomez still in P4. And now pop off. What a drive into P5 on the back of the South American. Locking up, Olkutska just ahead. About to be shown the blue flags. Nakamura Berta on the back of Reno Francot as Max Popov. This is outstanding from Max. The blue flag's out for Olkutska. Does do the right thing. Stays off the racing line. Max Popov may have lost a tenth of a second or so there. Do we cross the line in time? No. Alex Powell, position 1, has just crossed the line 3 seconds after the 30-minute mark. So this is the final lap of the race. Alex Powell, 1 lap away from his second victory and to jump up to 4th in the championship. This is Luca Samalisto, car 7 P6. Great drive from the Finn. Consistent run. Cornelia Olkutska, good to see her take it to the checkered flag after a tough 2025 season. The Muffy Racing driver. Credit to all 35 drivers. A rain shower as you look at Max Popov go through. Still hasn't given up on 4th place from Gomez. A rain shower before the start. The track greasy at the start of the race. They left on the formation lap on the Pirelli wet tyres. 35 drivers, 35 surely to take the checkered flag, being led by Alex Powell. No safety car intervention. Alex Powell from pole position. The Mercedes AMG Junior down through Scarparia, Palagio and into Corantayo. Turn 12 for the final time. Alex Powell accelerates up through the S's. He will win race 3 here this morning. The gap is 4 seconds. The 3-pointed star on top of the bell helmet. He won race 2 yesterday. Rounds turn 14, Buchiner for the final time. The checkered flag is about to wave. Victory in race 3 here this morning goes to the Jamaican sensation. Alex Powell says the title race is not over yet. The Mercedes AMG Junior wins here this morning. Reno Francot holds off the championship leader for 2nd place. Nakamura Berta P3, Gomez 4. What a drive into P5 for Max Popov. Samalisto, Salim Hanna takes victory in the rookie race from Newman Chi. Alex Ruta on the podium in the rookie race P9. And Dante Vinci in the points. The Australian P10 outright. The Jamaican wins again. Alex Powell, after a disastrous run in the early rounds of the series, a sole podium at Vallelunga, qualified P27 at Monza, a weekend to forget despite a strong drive into P6. That was his highlight. But the highlight of the year for Alex Powell has been his 2nd victory here this morning at Mugello by over 5 seconds. King Nakamura Berta, his former teammate, continues to lead the championship. Reno Francot in de seconde positie. The pilot van the Netherlands, P2 for the Dutchman on the podium again here this morning. Alex Powell drives into pit lane. He won the rookie race in 2024. He has finished P1 for the 2nd time this year, winning race 2 yesterday and race 3 here this morning. About to be greeted by the RHGP team. They finished 1-2 in the UAE series with Olivieri as the champion. Alex's 2nd. Emanuele's had a tough run this morning to come home P30. This is his teammate, Alex Powell, P1 in race 3 this morning at Mugello. Francot 2nd, and King Nakamura Berta happy with the podium this morning. Still number 1 in the championship as we go to the home of the Emilia-Romagna Formula 1 Grand Prix. The first weekend of August, that's Imola for round 5 of the series in just a few weeks' time. Powell wins again here at Mugello. Reno, P2. Confident yesterday evening after a P3 podium, was praying for the rain this morning. He got it on a greasy track and comes home in second place here this morning. Félicitations aussi à toute l'équipe Race GP. The French team winning with their Jamaican-American driver here at Mugello in Italy. Race 3, round 4. The Italian F4 Championship presented by WSK Promotion. Kin Nakamura Berta from Japan, P2. P3, I should say. Still P1 in the series. Reno Francot celebrates. Nice to see his former team, Jensen Motorsport. There's John Sensation, Claudia Sensation, John. And Claudia, his parents. John, of course, a former competitor in the World Rally Championship. Absolutely delighted. Kin Nakamura Berta from Japan, still number 1 in the championship. As we go to Imola, he was 3rd here this morning. Reno Francot van the Netherlands, P2 for PHM Racing. And the Jamaican sensation, Alex Powell, takes his 2nd victory of the weekend to move to 4th in the series. The Mercedes AMG Junior is speaking with Laura Cola.
So an important double win, and you leave Mugello with a renewed awareness and confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been an incredible weekend. I'm lost for words. I can't believe it's really happening. It's been since Friday we've been on the pace with the double pole, and then yesterday was an amazing day, the first win for me this season and for RSGP. And to back it up today, it's just incredible. So I can only give a big thanks to everyone that's helped me get to this point.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Race 3 got underway on a greasy circuit here at Mugello just a few moments after a rain shower arrived at the Tuscan circuit. A great getaway from Reno Francot, who went up the inside of Kin Nakamura Berta. Alex Powell in P1 as the field scattered going uphill into San Donato. Francot in P2 briefly, but Kin Nakamura Berta around the outside. Trying to take the Dutchman, but then had to defend from Sebastian Weldon, who was 4th in the early stages of the race, but that was as good as it would get for the American. 35 drivers on a greasy circuit. Credit to all of them. As the Van Amersfoort Racing duo, Dante Vinci, Alexander Ruta, went wheel to wheel. They did not touch. Kin Nakamura Berta in P3. This the moment. Alex Powell going on through. Dante Vinci on the inside, taking Sebastian Weldon and Alex Ruta onto the podium. The rookie podium, that is, with an excellent drive to P9 outright. But it was Alex Powell who won race 3 here this morning from Reno Francot, and the championship leader from Japan, Kin Nakamura Berta. KNB in P3, Reno in the seconde position, and Alex Powell, his 2nd victory. Mercedes AMG Junior wins race 3 here this morning for the French RSGP team. Once again, as always, a great pleasure to have the great Giancarlo Minardi to present the trophies. 3rd place, Kin Nakamura Berta. 2nd, Reno Francot. And Alex Powell wins again here in Tuscany.
E adesso andiamo con l'inno nazionale.
If you missed the broadcast yesterday, we did suggest to you to check out on Instagram or YouTube Jamaican Monkey Rasta. I can confirm to you that Alex Powell can do the accent perfectly. We'll see if he imitates it once again as he celebrates race 3 victory here this morning. We go to round 5 at the home of the Emilia-Romagna Formula 1 Grand Prix, Imola, on the first weekend of August. We'll see you then.